Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So on July 19th, Daily Mail came out with Harry and Meghan asked to fly to the United States on Air Force One with Biden after the Queen's funeral, but were denied. And Jill didn't attend the Invictus Games to avoid upsetting the royals. So are the Sussexes' attempts to become political players in America faltering? Harry and Meghan have tried a variety of methods to gain access to political figures, including sending gifts and letter writing. Harry and Meghan wanted to ride back to the US on Air Force One after the Queen's funeral, but requests were denied by the White House in case it caused a quote commotion. That kind of reminds me of that Madonna song I used to like back in the 80s. Causing a commotion. All right, I'm old. Sources have revealed the Daily Mail months earlier, First Lady Jill Biden was also invited to attend Harry's Invictus Games, but the idea was killed amid concerns that the royal family may have offended by her presence there. Both the failed initiatives are understood to have been part of a campaign by the Sussexes to gain political influence in the U.S. as they settle into life in California. Meghan publicly advocated for family leave to lawmakers on Capitol Hill and worked behind the scenes to connect with the Bidens. Daily Mail discovered from speaking to many current and former officials in the Biden administration and in the British government. The couple tried a variety of methods, including outlined by DailyMail.com. Sources outlined to DailyMail.com, as well as wanting Jill Biden to attend the Invictus Games and getting that ride back to the U.S. on Air Force One. First Lady also received an intriguing gift to thank her for what was seen as a supportive gesture towards Meghan following her controversial TV interview. The couple, who have been critical of members of the royal family during their interview with Oprah Winfrey and in Prince Harry's memoir Spare, had tense relations with the royal family when the Queen died. Harry and Meghan were visiting the UK for charity engagements when the Queen passed on September 8th, 2022. Actually, that's a lie. Meghan was there for the One Health, which was UN, not charity. My opinion. They stayed in the country through her funeral on September 19th. In the lead up to the memorial service, Harry and Meghan were disinvited from a pre funeral reception at Buckingham Palace, where King Charles and Queen Camilla welcomed foreign royals and world leaders, including Joe and Jill Biden. Well, they weren't disinvited, they were just never invited because they're not working royals, which it says so here. They said it's for working royal family members. I can't believe the Daily Mail is putting it like that. They're trying to be nice, I guess. I don't know. Amid all of this, the staff have reached out to the White House to ask if the couple could get a ride back to the U.S. on Air Force One. It would have been a grand photo op. Harry and Meghan climbing the steps of the famous blue and white 747 to wave alongside the President and First Lady of the U.S. But it was an immediate no from the Americans. Sources with knowledge of the decision said there were barely any discussion about the issue, just a general agreement that the request was a quote non-starter. It would have caused such a commotion, it would have strained relations with the palace and the new king, another source told Daily Mail. The White House and Buckingham Palace both declined to comment on the story. Spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess did not respond to a request for comment. The Bidens can invite whoever they want to ride on Air Force One, but there would have been questions about who would pay for Harry and Meghan to be passengers on the plane. The U.S. government pays for official trips, the Bidens to London, but Harry and Meghan are not American officials. So look at that. I found that picture very interesting, don't you? And I'm going to be showing you some more pictures like this. Very interesting. Very Jill Biden and Harry go way back. They've been hanging out for years and years with Obama. The whole family there, their little clique there. So Jill Biden has visited the Invictus Games a number of times. In 2022, Harry and Meghan invited Buttigieg to the uh, Invictus Games in the Netherlands. Both the Bidens attended the Invictus Games when they were in Canada in 2017. Oh, and don't forget, Trudeau has already promised like 3 million or something to Harry for the Invictus Games in 2025 in Canada. So you have that to look forward to. The First Lady, Jill Biden, wanted to attend the 2022 games per a source close to her, and she was a huge supporter. However, British officials a working level conversation conveyed to national security staff they thought the idea would land badly. She wanted to go, so Jill wanted to be there in 2022. Maybe that's why Buttigieg was there, because Jill couldn't go, so she had her butt boy Pete Buttigieg go instead. That's how it's adding together. Uh-huh. So they wanted to give, all right. So it looks to me like Jill Biden sent Buttigieg in her place because it would look bad if she went to the 2022 Invictus Games because she normally always goes, and to give them an air of like power of the U.S. government behind them. So I just want you to look. You go to Getty Images and do a search on Prince Harry and Jill Biden. And you don't need to be a body language expert to see that she is just giggling and happy and flirty in every single picture. Look at this. I mean, she is having a grand time there with Harry and Biden, Joe Biden said at one point his wife liked Prince Harry better than him. I mean, look at this pic. Here's one with Obama in the middle there. They're looking at each other. Okay, there's the two of them having. Oh, they're just having. Look at them. There's that one. Oh, and look, this one's. Now look at this one. They cut the picture off here so you can't see what she's looking at. But thanks to the Daily Mail, which I pointed out earlier with that picture here, that is this picture. So Jill is looking longingly over at Prince Harry. Getty Images were uncomfortable with that, so they cut Harry out. They just have Jill looking longingly over at something over there. I mean, you really can't blame Jill. She's much younger than Joe. She's married to a dementia patient. Her son Hunter's a drug addict loser. And Harry's just like her highlight of her year, I think. But look at this. And Obama in the middle of them. But it's like they're talking to each other over Obama here. This is funny. See here, Obama tries talking to Harry here, but Jill's like, "Hi, Harry." Harry's just like oozing over her. I think we're looking at the real love story here. I think we're looking at the real reason Harry moved to America. The real Princess Diana 2.0. And it ain't Meghan Markle. I'll tell you what. So look at this. So there, the two lovebirds are looking at each other, and Obama's trying to say something to Harry, and he gets fed up because Harry is not even looking at him. So now Obama's in the middle, like a third wheel, and Jill and Harry are just like, oh, oh. Look at that. I mean, my goodness, it's so obvious. And these are just this is just one example. I mean, look at these pictures. They're talking over Obama's like he's not there. Obama's like a shelf. He's like a hedge, in the yard. They got the row of trees, and they're just talking over the row of trees there. Like Obama doesn't even exist as far as they're concerned, right? I mean, but they're all buddies. They're very close. This is the clique here. You're looking at it. This is the censorship gang. Here they are censoring you on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. There you have it. Now you know. But if that weren't enough, there's more. There's many more. Like I said, go to Getty Images, do a search on these two, and you'll just find a couple in love, LUV. I mean, I don't know what year this is, but they are. She's just, oh, she just loves being with Harry. Oh my goodness, there's another one, another game. It could be the same games, different games, but they're always look at them. I mean, my goodness. I mean, could it be any more obvious? Like seriously. I mean, they're doing everything but ripping their clothes off there in the stands, as far as I'm concerned. There's definitely we're gonna look at this, but I think there's another one there. They're always with each other, and Jill is always. I mean, as a woman, you can tell when there's another woman flirting with a guy, and uh, yeah. But I'm thinking, she's more Harry's type. You know what I mean? Harry has a type. Let's face it. He's always dated the same type, the same thin, blonde, looks like his mother, and then suddenly he marries Meghan. And I don't know. I'm just saying. And Meghan wants to go into politics, and Harry happens to be. Harry loves older women. Just saying. Um, yeah. I mean, they're actually kind of made for each other, really, if you think about it. They really are. I have nothing against, true love wherever you can find it, but I do when they're censoring the hell out of us and using the power of the United States government as a foreign agent. But I think we're seeing this explains a lot. This explains also to me perhaps why Harry is suddenly, we all know about Hunter Biden, right? Her son, who's a total drug addict loser. Well, suddenly Harry is talking about all this drug use in his memoir and how drugs are good and he does drugs all the time and he's a prince of the UK. It's kind of coming together for me now. It's like, really? Is somebody sticking up for his woman and say poor Jill's probably feeling so bad because Hunter's getting in all kinds of trouble. So he's like, "Don't worry, I'll tell everyone that I do drugs too. So if they pick on Hunter, they can pick on me." It's Harry, right? I don't know. This is coming together for me now. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at this. We have to look at. Now here's another example. It's much earlier, I think. They've been together a long time here. I don't have a date on this one, but this has been going on. This is not a one night stand type of thing here. I think that yeah. I'm just saying, looking at these pictures, it's looking like this has been going on for a while. And the Obamas are right there in the middle of it, helping it along as well. So let's take a look at this. Prince Harry and Jill Biden. So, a lot of things are making sense now. That's all I gotta say. And I'll be using the Arcanum Tarot. Yes, isn't that romantic? I said, oh, this is a good deck for them. So let's see here. What is the true nature of the relationship between Prince Harry working with the US government to censor people? And, wow, and getting the US government to visit Invictus Games. It's all coming together now. Let's find out. What is the real relationship? Is Harry really in love with Jill and Meghan is the beard? Oh, good. The story is too good. It's too funny, but not good for us. I mean, the whole thing is a freaking joke. But let's find out what's the real relationship. What's going on right now? Because I'm saying when you think about everything and go through everything, it's really like quite obvious. I think. Let's find out. I know I've seen their pictures before, and I've thought this before, but now it's just more and more coming together. Like there's no denying it. I think. Well, let's find out. Are they still together? I mean, is it just a boyhood crush, or is there something serious going on here? I'll be looking at it from Harry's perspective here, Prince Harry's perspective, his relationship with Jill Biden. Let's see what the cards show. Wow. So it's Harry's general attitude towards Jill here for a cups reversed. Cups, very emotional. Kind of disappointing though. Kind of like, he can't live with her in the White House. It's very disappointing. And the environment of it, ooh, King of Cups reversed. I think that he was told by his father, like, don't even go there. And also, King of Cups reversed could be Joe Biden in the way. Because I'm getting cups and cups. In this particular case, very emotional here. He's got strong emotions and longings here for Jill Biden. I mean, she is definitely mother representative material there. Oh, look at that. New opportunities, money. You know, Harry got allegedly got the idea for the Invictus Games from the US, but I'll bet it was Jill Biden and Obama who like gave him the idea, probably Jill Biden herself, if I recall. I remember hearing something about that. And Harry's getting a lot of benefits being in the US with Jill and Joe Biden in charge. Book deals, Netflix deals, easy passage back and forth with his visa. I don't think Harry has to worry at all about his visa. Not while Joe and Jill are in the White House. Look how the Biden regime is covering for Harry with his visa after the Heritage has been forced to sue and take them to court just to see the paperwork that should automatically be furnished as its public information. And it explains how they would have the chutzpah to ask Jill Biden to give him a ride back on Air Force One, you know? But anyways, I'm seeing a lot of strong emotions here, sadness. I think that Harry feels very emotionally attached to her and her sadness, and he feels bad for her, and he wants to be the knight in shining armor. He wants to be her man here, save her, be her king, her king of love there. What's the basis of their relationship? Ooh, Five of Swords. Okay, we're getting calculated here. So I think that it could be that Harry, Harry has decided to join forces with a very evil Obama, Biden, political, Clinton, um, criminal group, basically the criminals. Like so many, politicians, they're psychopaths, in my opinion. Most politicians, because another thing about psychopaths, besides being pathological liars and people like this, is that they crave power. They want power over others. So they've sort of gotten Harry nastier, and I think Harry always had a nasty side. But they allow him, Meghan and the Obama and Biden gang allow Harry to be as nasty as he wants to be with his Sussex squad. Never get blocked off Twitter or YouTube, unlike the rest of us. So have Harry and Jill been sleeping together? Have they been lovers? Ten of Wands. Oh, look at that. I think again and again and again, baby. There's Harry with his Todger. He's calling out to Jill in the White House. Hey, Jill. I need some more Elizabeth Arden cream, Jill. Yeah, I'm getting a yes vibe from that. May not be. I think, but Harry has to do a lot of work for it. Like, it's not easy. See, Jill's not an easy person for him to get, right? Being who she is and where she is and being a mature older person. Harry feels like, he's really had to work hard to get her. And of course, for some, we people naturally, men in particular, like to have a challenge, right? They always tell girls, don't don't give them a hard time in the beginning. They like the challenge of pace the chase, right? And for someone like Prince Harry, there's not many women he would have to chase, right? Because he is for a while there, he had his choice, right? These girls like date me, right? But Jill Biden, she was someone Harry had to work for. She wasn't available. She's older, but he was willing to put the work in, obviously. Um, yeah. So yeah, I think he like him and Hunter. I think have a lot in common, as we know. So they've bonded together. So what's Harry expecting of his relationship with Jill Biden? Didn't I say she's Princess Diana 2.0? Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Queen of Cups. Jill is okay. So this is Harry in this case. Harry, this is romantic Harry. Harry doesn't have to show his emotion for many people, right? But when you get the king and queen in a reading, It's very secretive. Cups is quiet, but very emotionally intense. Very, very strong feelings here. I mean, Harry sees his mother in her. And she's loving and she's married to a dementia patient, so she's loving this having this young guy who's fawning over her. I mean, you see the pictures of her, she's giggling like a schoolgirl. I've never seen her look that happy in any other picture anywhere, okay? That woman is always looking, just blasé. But when you see her with Harry, it's like the lights come on and she's like, "Ah!" Yeah, it's like it's a totally new person. So there's definitely something going on. They both feel it, I think. Harry definitely feels it. And I do think that, yeah, she's the one for Harry I'm getting here. Um, but it's something that has to be dealt with. It's a challenge for Harry, but he likes that challenge. Makes it more interesting for Prince of the UK. He's got a woman he's got to work for. So what do they not want with the relationship? Trying to avoid Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, they don't want to destroy their lives, their reputations, their what they've worked hard for. 'Cause this coming out would look really be terrible for a political career. You have to be very careful. And of course, they don't want to mess up their financial transactions. There are no doubt involved in a lot of shady financial transactions with each other as well. Sauce. I don't want to mess that up. So there's criminal activity. The base of their relationship, there's a lot of criminal activity going on too, of, the white collar crime type, I would imagine, is what it looks like here. I mean, please look at Hunter Biden, the big guy, you know. They're criminals. So what is it they're hoping for with this relationship? Knight of Cups reverse. So I take this as they want to go forward with it, but secretively. This is a very romantic. They're very much enjoy each other's company and want to continue with it, and have continued to have very strong feelings year after year. And they would like to openly. I think Jill's probably just waiting for Joe to die, and then she's gonna be like, and then Harry will divorce Meghan, and boom, these two will come together. Watch it, watch. You heard it here first, or maybe not here first, but I'm getting again cups, 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 cups. This is a very strong emotional bond, of feeling of love, but it's not your usual Romeo and Juliet type of deal, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, this is a boy who lost his mother, and there's Jill, mama, So because this is how he's feeling right now about her, right? So it's not like when they first met or something. Like, but I think those feelings still run very strong. So how does he see Jill Biden? Two of Swords. So he sees her as the victim he wants to save. Jill is like stuck between a dementia husband and a son, Hunter, who's a drug addict, pedophile, pervert. They're both perverts, actually. So she's like, she was the former babysitter, right? So she's not exactly someone who dates people that's appropriate for her. I'm just saying. She was his children's first wife. Right, Biden was married to his first wife, had children. She was the babysitter. Joe Biden started fooling around with her, so that he gets divorced and marries her, the babysitter, right? So she's already started out marrying him under these conditions of ill repute, shall we say. So she's not going to end up, dating somebody appropriate. So, and Harry sees her, you can see with the water, she's a victim, very emotional. Poor Jill, she's weighed down by all these bad men, and Harry just wants to come in and save her, save his damsel in distress, his mama 2.0. So he sees her as a woman who needs saving and needs rescued, to be rescued, and Harry would love to do it. Um, he feels very powerful. It's a very powerful card here. She's the victim to him. He wants to be her hero. So, well, how's it going to go near future? Seven of Cups. I think we're going to be more cups, more talk about them, more talk about why is it Harry is able to censor people on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube so well, and why would Harry think he could fly an Air Force One? And how come Harry doesn't have to fill out a visa application? Or how is it he still got in the country even though he's a druggie? And, all these things come out. And how is it Meghan got numbers for the congressmen, their private phone numbers? What is this all about? Why do Harry and Meghan have such close connections with the Bidens, you know? And in the long term, what's going to happen? Ooh, magician reversed. So I do see this could be looked upon as they are going to continue going strong, but secretively, they're always going to hide their relationship. They're always going to hide under the radar, but they will continue to, you know, be together and do work together and be in the same criminal organization together. Either that or they're going to get totally exposed and destroyed. Whichever way you want to look at it. But I'm not so heartless as to want to see a true love relationship go sour here. But it's not really true love. It's more of boy searching for his mother, and this older woman stuck with a dementia man that desperately wants to get out, and it has the attentions of this young handsome man. I mean, it's completely understandable. You know what I mean? And I'm getting so many cups here that you can see. So I want to ask: did Prince Harry move to the U.S. for Jill Biden? I think he started the Invictus because of Jill and Joe Biden. I think it's they were very strong influence because Harry was suffering depression and mental illness himself. So he's another misfit. They're like all misfits. You know what I mean? This is like Land of the Misfits. That the Christmas cartoon where you have the Land of the Misfit toys. These are like the misfit celebrities or celebutards. Did Harry move? I think Harry moved to America to be near Jill, not Meghan. Let's find out. Did Harry move to America to be near Jill Biden? Because she is crazy about him. She lights up when he's in the room. My goodness. And you can see those pictures because they're in the stands there and they don't think anyone's watching. They're like in the crowd. So, they could let their guard down and feel safe. And that's where Jill just like lets it all out. She's like beaming. She's freaking beaming all over the place. Like, ah. And that picture with Obama is just too funny with them talking over Obama's head. I mean, anyone who's been a third wheel knows the feeling, right? And even political criminals aren't exempt from it. So did Harry move to the US to be near his lover mother Jill? Uh-huh. Knight of Wands reversed. He wanted to help her with her bad publicity and her husband who can't get it up, and Eight of Swords and to escape the royal family, to escape because he wants to get closer to Jill. But being a royal family member, he's supposed to keep distant from politics. And he wanted to help Jill and Joe, as Harry and Meghan did, try to get them elected. Of course, they didn't really help them. But they acted, they promoted them and whatnot. Um, so they were active in that way. But yeah, I think that he did. He wanted to help her with the media stories and supporting her and supporting each other. Now, what I found interesting, I kind of skipped over it here. So, we always talk about how the royal family and other celebrities, they communicate with each other via the mainstream media. So here's an example. Jill Biden wore this outfit after Meghan's Oprah interview to support Meghan, to show support for her by wearing the same dress that Meghan wore, an Oscar de la Renta dress. So I thought that was odd. Why is she being so supportive of Meghan? But now we know. I think she was being supportive of Harry's wife. And to say thank you for this nod, um, said a day after the interview that with the Oprah interview aired, Jill Biden wore the Oscar de la Renta dress with a lemon pattern for the International Women of Courage Awards, similar to Meghan's dress. And then Meghan sent Jill a basket of lemons to say thank you. A basket of lemons. I mean, look how touchy-feely, like, "Oh, you do this for me, I do this for you." There's such strong connections between it, and they're all making nods to each other and supporting each other. So why is Jill supporting Meghan after an Oprah interview where she accused the royal family of racism and started this whole furor of international uproar and offense and upset during COVID as well, by the way, going on. She's making little nods to Meghan and Harry. I mean, all of them are just evil, and But I do think that this shows that I don't think Jill was doing it for Meghan. Meghan doesn't have women friends. Meghan doesn't have any friends. She has men that she snags and people she destroys. That's Meghan's relationships. So we know Jill did this for Harry. Jill's supporting Meghan for Harry, but making it look like she's being supportive of Meghan. But after the Oprah interview, so there's a lot more going on here and what they're all involved with that I think needs to be investigated further. So. But I do think looking at Harry and the connection with Harry and Jill Biden's definitely a very strong bond between them. Harry is very emotional about her, and I think it probably will get exposed. I'm getting with the magician reversed in the end. I think that I think it will all get exposed. It'll probably blow up. I think this says I don't think they're gonna continue to do anything great here. I think that this story is gonna blow up and expose everything and it all makes sense. Harry with his book talking about drugs and everything else. It all makes sense now. And I think it all needs to be exposed and it will be. And it'll be very destructive to all their careers going their reputations for going forward. Not that you can do much more to destroy the Biden's reputations, but or Harry's. Their reputations are already in the gutter. So, but yeah, they're a disaster. But hey, they may stay together though. Who knows? Even though their lives will be just a disaster anyways. But good luck to them. I can see that Jill is definitely Princess Diana 2.0 here, and Megan's gonna milk that for all it's worth to try to get whatever opportunities and financial opportunities she can get, and rides on the Air Force One if she can. So that is what I have for you today. I don't think that they're Romeo and Juliet true love. I didn't get the lover's card or anything, but I do think Harry is enamored. I think he's very much in love with her, and I think that he's here chasing Jill, and I think that, yeah, this is a love. It's definitely a love going on here. It's definitely a passionate relationship going on here. As gross and perverse and drugged up and crazy as it is, look who we're talking about. So this is love in the drug den, opium. This is what you're looking at. I mean, you don't really want to know anymore, but because we're dealing with matters of state, it does need to be exposed and monitored. Anyways, so that is what I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.